Ciao, this is Ed Beeman, and today we're going to talk about what it takes for prospects to get back to you. And the simple answer to that is you have to stay persistent and you have to try multiple touches over some period of the time until the prospects get back to you. Why a lot of salespeople don't do that, I'm not sure. But to back that up, there is this study done by Microsoft which concluded that 50% of the salespeople in the world reach out to the prospects once and then they give up. Another 15% reach out to prospect twice and then they give up. Another 14% reach out to prospect 3 times, and another 10% reach out to the prospect 4 times. So we're only left with 11% of the salespeople in the whole world that reach out to the prospect 5 or more times. Why is this so shocking? There's this another study completed by Salesforce. They looked at all their big data and they concluded that on average it takes 7 touches for the prospect to get back to you. 7 touches. So this kind of, I guess, explains why there's so many struggling salespeople in the world and there's very few top salespeople that swoop all the commissions. So here's my sequence of touches that I use to make sure that prospects get back to me. The first and the most simplest touch is a LinkedIn profile view. They're gonna get a notification with your name and your headline on LinkedIn, and that's gonna establish some sort of a familiarity for them. It's a simple, nice, the softest touch that there is. You have to make sure that your privacy settings are correct so that your profile views are visible to them. Okay, the second touch is a LinkedIn connection invite. All you have to do is just press connect and they're gonna get a LinkedIn invite which they're gonna accept or ignore. If they accept your connection request, you should get a notification on your phone, and it's really important that at that time you reach back to them, because you know at that time they're browsing LinkedIn, they're not too busy, so it's a good time to reach out, to either send a LinkedIn message directly, which you can do now because you're allowed to once the connection request is approved, or you just give them a call right away if you have their phone number, or you call through the switchboard. In a situation, if your LinkedIn connection request is not approved, what you can do, you can send them a LinkedIn email message, which you can do if you have Sales Navigator. You get 30 emails a month that you can use to reach out to these prospects that don't accept your invite. After another 3 days, if you send them a LinkedIn message or email and you still get no response, it's time for a follow-up message. In my future videos, I'm going to talk exactly about how to craft the initial message and the follow-up message to make sure that they're effective and you get the high response rate. But that's in the future videos. If your second and third follow-up on LinkedIn does not result in an answer, it's time to turn to the old school tactics and send them an email or give them a call. By this time, the both call and the email will be warm because they already know your name, they already know who you are, and they might have some idea what are you trying to offer. And it will be much easier for them to respond because it will have a familiarity. So for these touches on the email, it's important to give value every touch. You can send them some case study or tell about your customer story. That's something that tells them is kind of like a chain and links back to the previous touches. And also you can give them a call, leave a couple of voicemails, and follow the same pattern that you did for the LinkedIn messages. So by this point, you probably had 10 to 15 touches that you've made to this prospect, and your prospect should have got back to you right now, given you have some sort of response. If not, then there's something's not right. He's probably left the company or something else has happened. So this is the sequence of touches that I use to ensure that prospects get back to me with a positive or negative answer, but at least they get back to me. Since you watched this video this far, I think it's useful to you, and it would be great if you could click on the subscribe button below and click on that little bell sign so you could get a notification when I post future content and future videos about tips for B2B sales. Thanks for watching. Ciao.